Hey pretty pink fam, welcome back to my channel guys. So before we get started today, make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe so that you won't miss another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you all how to do a oxtail plate for Sunday dinner. I'm rinsing them off with water and lemon. Those are all the seasonings that I use. You can use a seasoning of your choice. Then after you get them washed off really good or rinsed off really good, then you're going to have to pat them dry with a paper towel. Right now I'm just seasoning it to my liking. I was very generous, and I think you should be generous as well, because after you get done seasoning it, you want to make sure that you have a pan on the stove that's hot with canola or vegetable oil so that you can brown these on each side. I didn't have a set time, maybe only like a few minutes, maybe like 4 minutes on medium high heat. And then I had my crock pot going on high for like maybe 35-45 minutes prior to me putting these oxtails in there. Then I chopped up me some onions and bell peppers, because you're going to want to use like the oil that's in the skillet. You're only going to use a little bit of that oil. You're going to pour the rest of it out, and you're going to need these veggies. You're going to need the onion and the bell pepper to drop it into the skillet to make a homemade gravy. So how you make that is just you're going to just brown it just the way you see me stirring it, and then you're going to add flour to it. I would say about maybe 3 tablespoons to start out with. It just depends on how much gravy you need. And then you're going to see me brown the flour just like this, and then you're going to see me add cool water, and I'm going to stir and stir. You can season the water at this point. I season it with adobo, paprika, the slap your mamas, and you're going to see it get darker and darker. And later on in the video, I'm going to come back and I'm going to brown it even more. And because I thought that I wanted it to be this color, but I ended up changing my mind. I'm like, no, I want it to be darker. So you're just going to turn this up on high and then let it cook. As you can see, it's cooking and it's thickening. And that's how you make a homemade gravy, y'all. It's so good. It's really good on anything, pork chops, anything you want to put it on, you can. So it is a process though to getting it brown, as you can see. So you're just going to see me just stirring and stirring. Then I was cutting up my bacon to go in my greens. And yeah, you're going to see me take that off of the heat here in just a second. So yeah. Okay, so next I had the Glory seasoned canned greens because I was tired. I didn't feel like using the just doing regular greens. Y'all, these greens are so nasty. I just do not like them. So you're going to see me rinse them off with water completely like I did in the sink. And then I didn't have a strainer, so I just pushed them down, and I rinsed all this seasoning off, and I use my own seasoning. It does not take a lot for those, just black pepper, garlic powder, and salt, plus the bacon, and you just let those cook as you would do regular greens, and just let them go for, like maybe 30 minutes or so, just on low heat. You don't want to do too much. Again, don't put too much seasoning on there. So we're doing the Cajun sausage rice. I use the Knorr brand, or Knorr, I don't know. I think the K is silent. Y'all excuse me, I am a little bit of a messy cook. Basically, I brought the water to a boil. I had the butter, a little bit of oil and water, and I started boiling my rice on high. Then I turned up I got the sausage, and I cut the sausage up, and I put it in the rice, and then I lowered the heat, and you're gonna just let it simmer. I did not season the rice. I have Jiffy cornbread, y'all. I decided to make some Jiffy cornbread. All you're gonna need is an egg and some milk, a third of a cup of milk, and I'll also put some pimentos in here, and also 2 tablespoons of butter. There I go, wasting the cornbread mix, and some sugar, y'all, because I like for my cornbread to be sweet. And then I got a baking dish, and there goes my pimentos, and I just stirred them in, y'all. And I greased well, I didn't really grease my baking dish, but I did butter my baking dish and poured it into the baking dish. I put it in the oven for 20 minutes, about 25 minutes. That's how my oxtails are looking. After 25 minutes, that's how my cornbread is looking. So I got a butter and honey concoction, and I heated it up in the microwave until the butter was almost melted. So I want to say only about maybe 10 seconds. And then I poured it on the top of this just so it created like a thin layer of sticky greatness. And it's so sweet, so good. And then I'm just turning over my oxtails. You can see they are cooking. Then this is me going back in and rebrowning my gravy after it had been sitting. Y'all can see it's really thick. And then we're just gonna pour that on top of the oxtails after they're finished cooking. We're gonna drain the pot and we're gonna pour the gravy on top so this is not watery. So this is the final result of these oxtails. They've been cooking for about 7 hours. Falling off the bone. So good. Y'all know what time it is. Okay, y'all, so this is how Sunday's dinner turned out. Y'all know that I got me a big plate. This is actually just a sample plate. Y'all can go watch the full video on YouTube. After I get finished eating tonight, it will be up by tomorrow.